ka Igbo wee dị mma mere na Ohanaeze kpọrọ okwu nke ADF sokwa wee bịa. Ya mere na Ohanaeze na ADF na ndị Igbo niile ndị ọnụ na-elu okwu ndị ndu ndị Igbo zukọtara na obodo Enugu n'Ijifụ na ala Igbo dị mma. N'ụbọchị a ndị Igbo gbara ọkpụrụkpụ a kwukwara uche ha. Ohanaeze gwara ha ihe ha ji kpọọ okwu a, ya bụ Ichie Nniawodo nakwa onyeisi ndị otu ADF. Ana m ekwu maka ọkammụta Ụzọdịmma Nwala. Ha niile kwuriri wee gwa ndị Igbo okwu n'ụzọ pụrụ iche. Ọkwụ na-amara na ndị okenye maọbụ okenye anaghị anọ n'ụlọ ewu ama ọnụ agụle. Ya mere ha ji kpọọ nzukọ gbata unu amara na onye zọba nke ya na o kwesịghị ịgba ajọ mmadụ. Anyị wee na-asị ka ị nọrọ anụ ugbu a wee kirie ka Ohanaeze ndị Igbo nke Chief Nniawodo bụ onyeisi ha gbaa gburugburu nakwa onyeisi ndị ADF, ya bụ Ala Igbo Development Foundation nke ọ bụ Ụzọdịmma Nwale bụ onyeisi ya, na ndị Igbo niile gbara ọkpụrụkpụ ndị Igbo ji eme ọnụ niile dị iche iche zukọtara na nzukọ gbata n'iji fụ na ndị Igbo zọtara oke ha ma gakwa n'iru, maka dịka isi mara na onye zọba nke ya o kwesịghị ịbụ ajọ mmadụ. Okenye adịghịkwa anọ n'ụlọ ewu ama n'ọgbụrị. Ngwa lekwa ihe mere n'ụbọchị a. Ohanaeze ndị Igbo ADF nakwa ndị Igbo gbara ọkpụrụkpụ zukọtara na nzukọ ime obi nke gbata n'obodo Enugu. Lekwa nke ihe niile a si mee.
Igbo kwen ya kwen ya Ohanaeze ndị Igbo kwen ya kwen ya kwezuon ya Imani wonyi Igbo kwere mayoro mama ayoro. Imani wonyi Igbo kwere mayoro Igbo jofono ayoro wunono ha jofu obi efe ayoro wunono ha jofu obi efe Igbo na anyị jiri ofu obi anyị ga-aga n'ihu. Okosima Igbo na anyị jiri ofu obi anyị ga-enwe mmeri. Eji ụka na Chineke ndị Igbo azago Igbo ekpere. Ọ bụ eziokwu na Chineke ndị Igbo afụka Igbo n'anya. Ihe ọma dị iche iche o juru n'ala Igbo. N'ọrụ aka dị iche iche o juru n'ala Igbo. Ọrụ oyibo dị iche iche o juru n'ala Igbo. Eziokwu abụ nwa onye Igbo. Eziokwu abụ nwa onye Igbo. Eji m obodo Igbo na-etu ọnụ. Eji m obodo Igbo na-eme ọnụ. Onye ọcha sụba oyibo na-asụrụ ya Igbo. Onye Yoruba sụọ Yoruba na-asụrụ ya Igbo. Eji ụka abụ nwa onye Igbo. Onye Awụsa sụwa Awụsa na-asụrụ ya Igbo. Maka gịnị? Abụ nwa onye Igbo. Omenala ndị Igbo ga-adịgide. Asụsụ ndị Igbo ga-adịgide. Obodo ọbụla nwere ihe eji wee mara ha. Obodo ọbụla nwere ihe eji wee mara ha.
Chief Mrs. Mario, you got the one in the chamber, Magana. Almost some work at that time. National President today as a spirit of the Lord. Almighty God our Father, the creator of the heavens and the earth, we bow before you as a people today to honor you for who you are. You are our Lord, you are our King, you are our Maker, you are our Creator, you are our Redeemer. We thank you for it is you who created all the nations of the earth, varied languages, cultures. You bless every nation of the world with different blessings from the heavenly places. Thank you for our own nation, the Igbo nation. I thank you because you have endowed us with such an enormous blessing, human and material. Thank you because of the gathering of the people here today, because you are God who has made us one in you, and who desire that all men should dwell in unity and in equality. Father, that God, we come to you to ask your presence in this gathering of the people. God, we know we can do nothing without you, and that's why we call upon you, that you will guide our thinking and our talking, that you will guide our presentations, Lord, that all that we shall resolve here today shall result to your glory and to the grace of people land. Father, we ask that you will take away from us all that divides us, you take away from us all that makes us not walk as one. We grant that your spirit will come down upon us and grant us the unity we need. This time, to be able to speak as one and forge ahead as a nation to bring deliverance to our people. Father, you have brought us from different parts of this country. Thank you for the same joy you granted us. And thank you because we came for this one cause, that you may liberate our people and bless us as a people. So Father, do that which no one can do. Bless us today through the discussions we're going to have, that we may be able to come out with such resolutions as shall honor you and bring blessing to our people. Those who are going to lead us, our president, and all those who are helping in this item, and Lord, through their guidance today, God, we shall be able to accomplish that and have brought us here. Without honor, Lord, for all these men and women, kings, men from the academia, to the religious world, and people from different kinds of places and walks of life. Grant, Lord, that together as a people, we may honor you and may your name be glorified, even as you bless us. For in Jesus' name we have prayed.
Your Highness, the Chairman of the Enugu State Council of Chiefs, Ambassador my own na oge enyere unu eji wee depụrụ unu akwụkwọ ma ọkọ ọrụ mgbịrịmgba eriri nne ọkachasị ndị si ugwu Awụsa, ndị si Lagos, ndị si Port Harcourt n'ebe dị iche iche tere aka wee bịa. Ana m ekene unu si leta anyị n'ụtụtụ a ọ nọkọtara dịka ọ na ndị si Abakaliki ama abịanwụ maka na anọkọta ụzọ mebie na Abakaliki. Anyị wee sị ka anyị chebe fa ka anyị ghara ịbịa na nke a amara ma ga-emeghe ya bụ ụzọ miraculously, ya bụ ụzọ wee meghe ha wee nwee ike ibute ebe a. Ekene dị Jesu Kristi. Biko anyị kpọrọ unu, ọ bụ eziokwu na Ohanaeze enwego nzukọ executive, nwee nzukọ ime obi, anyị wee jebe elekshọn, mesie ya bụ elekshọn emerozie. Kemgbe a na-emerozi ya bụ elekshọn, ntị anyị ncha niile ejugo, ife anya anyị fugoro karịrị akarị. O wee dị mkpa na anyị ga-akpọ ndị ọrụ na-eru n'okwu n'ala Igbo, na anyị ga-akpọ otu dị iche iche n'ala Igbo, ife ndị Igbo na-emetụta fa n'obi, na anyị ga-akpọ ndị mahadum, ndị mara akwụkwọ ji ụbụrụ were eme ife, ka anyị ncha zuo, ka anyị sikwa ogo mara ma ife niile anyị na-ekwu ma anyị na-ekwukwu ya n'ofu, ka anyị gbaa onwe anyị ume, ka anyị jiri ofu obi ekwuo okwu. Unu amago na ọ bụrụ ka nkọwakwara unu na elekshọn anyị jikọrọ dịka ndị jekọ agha na-ejiri egbe were ahụ. Ọ bụ agha eji uche were ahụ. Imirikiti ndị nọ n'ebe a bụ ndị fugoro agha. O nwere onye ọ na-afụrụ agha ga-achọ ka ọ fụ ya ọzọ, tụmadụ dị nke anyị fụrụ. O nwere onye ọ na-amụrụ nwa ebe a ga-ekwe ka nwa ya fụ ụdị ife anyị fụrụ n'agha. O nwere onye ga-ekwe ka ana Igbo n'iyi. O wee bụrụ ya bụ ife anyị jiwe na-akpa nkata sinsi ndọrọ ndọrọ abịala. Anyị si n'Enugu ebe a wee jee Lagos, wee jee be Chief Adebanjo, onye isi ndị Afenifere. Anyị wee si ya, unu na-afụkwa ife na-eme na nwa unu bụ Vice President, mana a na-eme National Security Council ada akpụ ya. Unu na-afụkwa ka esi atinye ndị a na-atinye n'ọkwa n'obodo anyị. Unu fụkwa nọọsụ ofu ebe ka ọ na-esi. Unu fụkwa na ndị na-achị anyị dịrị na restructuring dị na manifesto ba, mana o nwere ife fa kwere eme maka ya. Adebanjo wee si anyị na ya na ndị Igbo ama enwezi ife ọzọ fa ga-ekwu. Na Awolowo siri Zik ka Zik bụrụ Prime Minister, ka nyanwa bụrụ Minister of Finance. Zik gbaa ya azụ jikwo ndị ugwu, kweta ka ya bụrụ ceremonial president, ka ndị ugwu bụrụ Prime Minister. Si abịakwa mba family na na-ekube ndị be anyị agbaba. Si biko anyị na-ala. Si Adebanjo n'oge m na-abịa ebe a na ndị be anyị si ma abịa na n'okwu unu na-ejiri ewere emere ife ọbụla. Na ife ihe gwara m gosiri m n'ọdị ka ọ bụ eziokwu bụ ifefe gwara. Maka na ijekọ ịkọ ije anyị na unu kpebiri ya n'etiti na ịkọrọzi ka esi mee elekshọn na Western Nigeria, na Zik jiri ọnụ ya wee kọrọ m na library ahụ Nsụka. Si m na fa jere elekshọn na Western Nigeria, NCNC in Ibadan, Parapo, and other mushroom parties in Western Nigeria were formed an alliance, Fan Action Group to election. The alliance where we need the greatest number of votes and the greatest number of members of parliament in the Western House of Assembly. Owewe mbosi aga afọ government ruo na anya si tupu fejebe akilo ye bia na hotel ya fanika yo de bia na hotel ofu oku kafaji sike ọkwa dị na government na wesi ma na de egwu na anu nta mo na ewutara na nta kafaji kenye fa permission to form government na enye fa permission fa natazia fa kafa kebia with all sense of honesty. When you are on a agenda, where Anajik Guamnelu in a house, or your chapel leader of government business, no issue check. The Guru His Excellency, former Governor Neko check. Or your chapel leader of government business, no issue check. I will not care. Yaman not canny. Ndo to your Nodiana. Ndị otu awolo no dị ana so ewebido nzukọ onye ọcha wee call offer to order sibugote ihe oche ebe a oche ebe wee call offer to order awolo wee wenye aka wee see leader of government business not for the desire of these members of the house that the roll call of members be taken in order to remove any iota of doubt as to who should form the government of Western Nigeria. Now, we is in English word and autonomy. Zikisim ya kunye na afia. Obolo na nene na azuka na azo awolo. Yawe kunyesia, Your Excellency, I thought it was axiomatic. But it looks like there is a wool in the eyes of the leader of opposition. In order to remove any iota of doubt in his mind, I associate myself with his call that a roll call of members will take. Assume a video in alphabetical order. Augustus Adisa Akinloye. Akinloye sinebo no na azia. Potaba walonya bozi. Then etiti ba walonyacha. Nena ebe awolo ba wala wolo. Cross jeno yeno check awolo. Sime eto aka kani fanika yo desime eto aka to press system emegidi fa his majority turned into a minority. Awolo we form a government of Western Nigeria. And see Adebanjo no if I can see the call we began na library we put our nyem see my son in your moments of distress rally your people. And make sure that your enthusiasm does not fall. This is the title of the speech. I gave all members of NCNC in Makobo soon after that incident in the parliament. The title of the book, Betrayed but Not Defeated. Wekojala Adebanjo Efa. Autonomy to Professor Kito Yengania. Say no this boy. Nsiana with the common problems. Now, because of our internal divisions, we will destroy the future of our children. I'm a beneficiary of Yoruba solidarity. And I ran for president of students in the Yoruba-dominated university. And I won because Yoruba voted for me. So, kissing that there are no permanent friends or permanent enemies in politics. You have permanent interests. And our interests are permanent and they are at risk now. I have been a meeting a man 2 months. Edu maybe 2 kiwe, edu mundu bisika, edu madweke, edu mijori rugu. Umundi ba ini lepi na Lagos for mad pass I waje. Within there, for the executive Ohanaeze modified. I have made a meeting for where they see. I was in Edwin Clark, India. Remember, I gave Edwin Clark. Even in the south, where you be. Their delegation, the twice in the Yoruba and the Igbo, I signed our accord for restructuring of the federation. And a good meeting, JBB Clark in Abuja. I had a meeting. That's Suleiman, Nigeria, Ghana, during the middle belt, where what way. Secret guys say, me to a young Biafra. And it's when I am to be serious. I will say, okay, the next meeting, not our ghost. And the next meeting, Pasi anyị na anyị ga-ebugodo ụzọ ka anyị jee na be onye isi fa ka anyị fee ya courtesy call. Anyị sị onye bụ onye isi pasi anyị nọ General T.Y. Danjuma. Anyị ruo ebe Danjuma ọ dịka ọ bụ oriri ibi ife anyị bịa. Anyị kesie rie m taa. Anyị chiata na meeting onye ọbụla kwe na the only condition anyị ga-eji wee nọdụ n'obodo ọzọ bụ na aga restructure federation. Because na unu maara na constitution ndị mụrụ anyị lere eji ndị ọcha ji wee naba wee nye anyị ọchịchị n'aka anyị bụ 1963 constitution. Isi ntị constitution a bụ onye ọbụla nwere onwe ya. Ya kpatara eji nwee regional government. Oge nwere regional government, oil and mineral resources na concurrent legislative list. Onye kpatara Eastern Nigeria ji wee bụrụ the first region to discover an oil well in Nigeria. And it was commissioned by my father as Minister of Commerce and Industry under Ohanaeze. But no sooner than the war ended, the military, by a legislation of the Armed Forces Ruling Council, not even by a constitutional amendment, changed our constitution and gave exclusive ownership of mineral resources. They changed our administrative structure and created states according to who was important in the Armed Forces Ruling Council. They created local governments and dashed it to people. There is no known parameter in governance that you make local governments in Nigeria. Consequently, the 95 local governments in the southeast are not equivalent to the sum of two local governments or two states in the northwest. Local governments, two states in the northwest. We were marginalized. The marginalization became worse with the revenue distribution structure of Nigeria. Consequently, all federally collected oil revenue distributed in Nigeria leaves the southeast with the least allocation. The southeast, consequently, apart from our individual enterprise, are the place self-propelled. And when governors in the southeast pay salaries, we congratulate them. We no longer have the tide that we enjoyed under Zik and Opara, when we became the first region to build a university, when we became the first region to build a cement factory, when we became the first region to build an iron and steel complex, when we became the first region to build not only a beer brewery, but a soft drinks plant, when we became the first region to have a gas plant, when we became the first region to have palm plantations, capable of earning enough export earnings to engineer our economy. So, I will see Nifa overthrew of the collective will of the people. That in a democracy, we must return to the structure that our parents agreed. And when they get our work, every affiliate organization here, ADF, all of you wrote in papers, and we make a declaration on restructuring, and the kind of restructuring we in the southeast want. Before we went to Oka, we went to Ibadan, and they have declared their own. Ndini na chipe farm about na stadium. And you see about JN and Gua, and the Pandef making fa. And you see about when the Oka, Abiyachara and Kain Oka, and you Jebe Makodi, where I have played, I put Southern and Middle Belt leadership for you, at an airport to push play lines. Abana Yoka, and I know Katakwana will moto J, nature and Cheduzo. So we decided not to go, and we made a broadcast from the airport, and the whole country had us. Now, issue even na kowaro ni fa anya no kataro kunie sino woro ya ga kwado na election na memory paper ya makandi na achi the restructuring na manifesto APC. Now restructuring funded. They never did anything about it until I knew about the Southern and Middle Belt Forum. If you don't go back here, for point here committee, Obo, Governor of Kaduna State, Chairman. So they a beautiful report. Agreed with restructuring. Agreed. Now the State Police with a provision. The way well known. And ndị Igbo si na na-ekwubodo ọjọọ oge ego anyị ji eche ọjọọ tupu anyị ebido ka e mee obere omenala dị na ya ka wee ka Igbo gọzie ya ka state governments. Mana anyị nwe ebe anyị dere na nke anyị ma ife ndị Yoruba dị ma nke ndị South dị ma ndị Middle Belt dị bụ na our existing state structure will remain. The states will own the resources. If for instance etu mmanụ dị na Imo, dịrị na Abia, dịrị na Anambra, dịrị na Enugu, lead, salt dị na Abakaliki, gas because they have been now the government somewhere on the Ghana Meputia declare their statement of account. They retain 50% of the profits. A well 35% near the region. Regional for meaning the 5 southeastern states. And we provided in the Oka declaration that we rivers and delta. Now get mail for plebiscite. Manufacturer can join our region. And at once, they will 65% approval of their populace that they want to join us. They will automatically join our region. So, we see now 15% of the revenue from these minerals will go to the federal government. Now they trim down federal government responsibilities to be restricted to foreign relations, external defense, customs, immigration, copyright, and stuff like that. After El-Rufai submitted his report, what did we see? The head of state addressed a press conference and said that our problem was not structure, but process. I'm sure many of you were privy to this. Putting a death nail on our hope that the incumbent administration could ever give us a structure. We began the campaign for restructuring more intensively. We decided to address the National Assembly. At that time, the National Assembly had taken votes on devolution of powers, which did not favor restructuring entirely. So the Senate President gave us audience. I'm sure many of you watched as we spoke to him. After we finished speaking to him, in fact, 2 senators started crying when we spoke. The senator from Kebbi, who used to be governor, Aileru of Kebbi, told us, because we told them, Nandi not in the Asikwana Amendment restructuring. Nunulona Mano, the so important. Naina Chokuno Garit name we go man. But everybody knows here, and the professor not here much. We all we find a book beyond our shores. Mana oil will be a receding commodity in terms of revenue. Bloomberg now in 6 months' time, America will be producing 12 million barrels of crude oil every day from their new development of shale oil technology, which is just hydrogenation of the rocks and such fossils like that on the ground. So what does this mean? Nigeria produces 1.7 million barrels of crude oil a day. Ibulusie 12 million in the market every day from America. It is projected that whatever we are earning from oil today, in the next 1 year, it will be half of it. The world has left oil as the source of energy for the future. Now take energy, for instance. Of all oil energy installations in the last 2 years, oil has been decreasing while solar, renewable energy has been increasing. I mean, Professor Nobe, this is your field, so you know whether I am saying something wrong. Now, technology and agriculture has taken over the world. If you look at the new renaissance technology in the world, any of you would have seen Benjamin Netanyahu describing the growth of technology in Israel. I'm going to the extent of telling you that in their farms now, they use drones to monitor the growth of every plant in the field and any dietary problems it has in terms of nutrition, and being able to directly give nutrients to it from air without touching it on the ground. It is not just that. This year, 2019, every car company in the world has decided to start production of self-driven cars. Some are already in production. I have seen them in America. You use your phone, you call your car, come out, I want to go out. It comes out to your porch. You enter the car and you press a module there which says office. And he asks for confirmation. Do you want to go to your office? You say yes, and he knows your voice. Or you press yes on the module button, and he drives you to your office with a sensor that does not allow you to have accidents. That means also that the insurance model in the world is going to be changed. That means that the number of accidents in the world are going to decrease by 95%. That means that all those in the insurance industry in Nigeria who hope that there will be a growth in their industry are facing a hopeless situation. It's not just that. Facebook has a recognition model now which is 100% efficient where the human mind is only 70% efficient. Not only that, human capital development leveraging on technology has invaded every aspect of enterprise. Only when company like Uber, they have several millions of cars under their control, none of which is owned by them. So they didn't invest capital in buying any car. But they control these millions all over the world, including in Nigeria. The problem is Egypt. That is not how it's done anymore. Or Pierre something like a hotel. Which a phone munjin na when I can type one address hotel. In other words, my child is more compliant technologically. Now, television. Program different from na highlight I still can't learn it. I still don't know how to. Or we change. Now, a company in America, something Watson, when the lawyer, he joined with legal advice, law got into it. Onye advice, the 100% more efficient than a human chamber can give you 7 coming into production this year. Just like lawyers are being cheated in America now by this Watson, doctors in the next few years will become like architects in Nigeria. oge anyị jere university onye ọbụla chọrọ ịgụ architecture maka a na-akwụfa a percentage of the contract sum of the project. So architects were becoming rich overnight. The Alex Ekwemez of this world, may his soul rest in peace, their economic ascendancy was because of their profession. In the same way, but right now, there is a tricorder that is coming into production this year. It can scan your retina. It can take your blood by just putting a strip in it, onye your blood characteristics. If you breathe into it, it can diagnose 83 diseases at the same time. Because okay, when regional government Balulu Kalifu wine ejected. Ono na nene. Eburu anyị na moto eje akwụkwọ. Anyị na-eji okwu eje. Onwere ụlọ akwụkwọ bụ nke nwa nnukwu mmadụ na nke bụ nke nwa obere mmadụ. My classmate in my primary school was the junior brother of my father's driver. He ended up as a permanent secretary here. Other was here too. If any Wuzikita were private schools, not public schools. And I'm out of private schools by the entrance university. When you're out of pass. And then when I send off my university. I make a I snag a this choice. You never handing up. You lose a final year. You need to get on your ladies' choice and buy if you send off. That was our thinking and our upbringing at that time. Today, all this is shambles. This is why we want restructuring. This is why in any university, we need the ordinary letter. Okay, primary school, open not only he clean the blackboard, he clean the child blackboard, he did dates, he did direction of the wind, he did inches of rainfall. And then the assignment he gave the teacher, he gave the fair turn. And then point school field, he got for bigger, then make sure the inches of rainfall. He got for wind, if you want to, then goes the direction of the wind. He got for primary school, then go to football field. I can't watch a tank it. No, the future of our children does not mean anything. Nduke umeri ni Igbo onye beji. Obo ni bankiti no do na achi ife me iri. Ojo palo me. So I waste more structure. Olueka nomination for parties in the opposition. The government party have a factual restructuring. I am on the Southern and Middle Belt Forum. We are wanting in an election. Fabian Wine, if a loan matter restructure. Muakas Mutuba Adu. Adu join Jolfa. Do you believe in restructure? What is your definition of restructure? If you become president of Nigeria, how will you implement restructuring? How long will it take you? Ndini nezalifa. Ndi zatalifa goes where swine in this order. Watiku Abubakar, Bukola Saraki, Kingsley Morgan, and Donald Duke. Madi Noah Gosilu, thorough understanding, comprehensive understanding of what restructuring is and what they can do with it. If I take it to any Jenny Mefa, Obluzo by Nanyawa, no regional administration, Yameja, na native authority, a very poor man, and no and no local administration, primary school and secondary school. Sinogi Ajama na we not a regional government, Boge Ajala Amadubelu University, a year scholarship, no Amadubelu. Sina Nyano Gona government, Nia chairman of privatization committee, where they try to unbundle the federal government. Sina the federal government too overloaded with responsibilities that are responsibilities of state government. Sina Kids is the budget meeting. Now any infrastructural project in works, in housing, in education, in environment, they share the money to the states to which it is allocated to. Let the states implement it. Not a responsibility of federal government. Secondly, now appoint to go a committee, and wait for this, headed by Professor Ben Nwabweze. Headed by Professor, our own Ben Nwabweze. And say, yes, there is no living constitutional lawyer that takes precedence over him in Nigeria. I have appointed a committee headed by him to give me a timetable for implementation of the structure. And I urge you, Southern and Middle Belt Leadership Forum, give me lawyers that will join this committee. If I am, I believe if you are. For a nomination, na Port Harcourt, I did recommendation. In this order, Nyawa number 1, Saraki number 2, Governor Sokoto number 3. I think Sokoto will Ojuaka or Duaka. Omishe Nyawa emerge. Go emerge. I know one day, for a television, I seen him with a P2B as his running mate. Before them know to fact, na party fact, including governors, felt rightly injured that the procedure of Esimie was not giving respect to them as leaders of their party in their various states. And in Biafra, Sifa na ndeba UK si no omalu choko no ufuru. Dika mmiri anado na tumbler chekie. It's no omalu choko ma no ufuru. We can amend it. Besides, on UK chi also jimbulu wele joku. Mbula anje out of fashion of my title. Manije oku igebe na mbulu. Onwere ndi bai na abufachi ọzọ ifefa na eji odo atụ. Fajekwu okwu fa na edobie ebe a na-edebe ọdụ atụ. Mana onye ụka esi na-ebu mgburu eji eje okwu. Ife ominu bụ na ị nwere ọnụ okwu. Na iru elu okwu na-ekwucha ndị ibe ekwucha ewe n'ihi ka mgburu wee nara. Peter Obi n'uche nke m abụghị mgburu eji eje okwu. Onye nwere ike erase Anambra growth trajectory in the way he did. From number 13 in best performing states in West African school certificate to number 1. It is very Onye nwere ike fire industrial revolution in Anambra in such a way that it is difficult to find a rural area in Anambra. In Anambra na Christmas, in Nahajok in Ebifeka. Nke na alukwa 5-star hotels in villages. The road network that started in Anambra from the times of Ngige, culminating in his time, all the phenomena and unequal in Igbo land. Every major development agency in Nigeria will a hub in Anambra. It takes a man who is futuristic to know that EEC should be in Anambra, that African Development Bank should be in Anambra, that World Bank should be in Anambra. Never facilities that make them feel this is the place to work. Okay, Namuru College, Oje Botandocha, Father Fainuke, Father McCain, Mr. Rick Magma. So if you know your chak on Nuke, it's in a way down wherever. This is what he did in Anambra. Wherever government Anambra with such savings and capacity for investment that no other government in Nigeria import. Or beginning with any classmate area or you put in a case. So I have seen Peter Mulike Mwakago. Manakago me a propel to a bono. When I was a child, my mother taught me how to cut my nails, how to keep my mouth clean, how to shave my hair. My father taught me economy. He taught me ambition. He taught me insult, you know, and so on. He taught me family history. So, the fact that after 40 years, since the late Alex Ekweme left the presidency, no Igbo man has been president or vice president in Nigeria. And we have the clean opportunity of having a vice president. It means something to our people. Every time that I enter Nikon River Hotel, I feel ashamed to be an Igbo man. All the young girls you find in the reception there, marketing their bodies to men, 80% of them are Igbo. And you see them talking Igbo with reckless abandon. It never happened when I was growing up. It never happened when I was growing up. That is the extent to which we have come down. Our women folk in our custom, if you defy the woman, you have defied the source of water for the family. If you defy the woman, you have defied the source of culture. And the quality of our children is the morality that our women give them to them. True. If Nigeria has so destroyed us that the only characteristic of our young girls is how many make money from prostituting themselves and are claimed by their mothers. It is because of the structure of community. So this is a junction in history that Ohanaeze cannot take a neutral position. This is why we came out with a bold decision. Vote. Plebiscite for Biafra election. That you cannot be more Catholic than the Pope. My life in the life. And even that nobody brings forth a child against his child. If you want something and I say no, it is either that is not good enough for you or you have not convinced me that it's good enough for you. If I'm not John Mukai from Utran, I am with the restructuring, I am with Biafra without fire emission. But can there be anywhere in the world where self-determination is working today? Catalonia and we go restructuring, where they are no region. To election. When we're 90-something% in favor of the state of Catalonia. And farmer Diego na Spain, carry any other region. The federal government of Spain, Moldova, you can't go. We have a federal union, you must not leave. The European Union, Moldova. The United Nations, Moldova. Sahrawi Arab Democratic Republic. Be during the 70s, now an independent state from the state of Morocco. I have attended at least 7 meetings of the African Union under President Shehu Shagari and President Abdusalam Abubakar, where they made representations that failed consistently. Cameroon here. We had a Catholic bishop thrown into the Atlantic Ocean by the federal government of Cameroon, so that Southern Cameroon will not have their independence. Very bad. Why do I want my children to be killed in the same way? When we can get restructuring. And the moment we get restructuring, because our destiny will be in our own hands. Our police will be our police. Nobody will appoint police from Abuja. Everybody from Lance Corporal to Commissioner of Police will be appointed by the governor of the state or by the head of our region if it is a regional police. Our courts will start from magistrate court to Supreme Court. Madam Abuja Supreme Court for Ibana, for traffic offense in the street of Enugu. The only thing anybody can Ibe na Abuja, Ibe customs, Ibe immigration, Ibe passport. What else is independence except this? And don't forget that in that independent Nigeria, when we have our own region, each one of us will have our relative advantage. Enugu also will have advantage of a big agricultural land where they can generate exports that will threaten the record of Netherlands, which earns $100 billion every year in dairy and vegetables, as against $70 billion we earn from oil. So restructuring, they should be the ones looking for it, because they are more endowed agriculturally than any part of Nigeria. But don't be deceived by the fact that they have more land, because Netherlands will 34,000 square kilometers, which is like half of Niger State, which means no one and Igbo use our good buying turn oil into agriculture. We can become like Netherlands. And Opara tried to do it here. When I was a child, Amaro Mangwa PLOK, he was Minister of Agriculture, 25 cups of Gary for 1 shilling.
40 cups.
40 cups. Fine. There was no child in Eastern Nigeria who could not eat egg every morning. And they distribute their old chicks. Opara forced every civil servant to have a poultry behind his farm. My morning function, ever deputy governor, my father will poultry. My morning function is a poultry, mama. Zapon Siokoko. Put a sawdust, one also. Go up one in Okoko dite. Tiye na carton. I give you afia. When you told fair bob, we put up if you if you change here, Tiye the told awful. That was what I did every morning before me never I'll go. We can do the same. It's just the quality of leadership that changes it, and the quality and structure of governance. If you're poor, and I thank Professor Wan. When they are professor, Fana Maruko na talk. What be a muni apakata, or soon if I can't have a Naga only one in the body. Nigeria, Kenya, I charge before me. I'd make a Umaka buying, did not have a saw, did not have. And make a Umaka and did not have pork, did not have. Oh God, the Luna. On 1 year, what I couldn't near was that no, in 1 way to my guys. If I can call you name when it was, whom name now, bro. Can you come, Mammy, call off? Can you go for no way? Call a little on your cap, or day. If any line a Weber, or to need a baby, but don't be any change. Man, all the Maka Nigeria for 9 channel, go to your honor, 90 for honor. For the Natwine, 12, especially in the gas election. Now, I may good at the maybe election. Fan or do better, I got over good. My new one are 12. A gentleman bag and I'm wine come to break with about when I knew where they were. Wow. But one of the factory I know. Kids, can you call Matthew? Keep one, can you? Oh, you're now free ring Nana Benna, Nimo, Ebeki Chiche. Anyama give a man by Jonathan. Anyamago case woman, Papa, and the youth go no Gausa and so on, Nebunatara. Ozemes Navafa. Obuna Yekeram Ucha, Ozome, Ogatobo. He gave it all. Obrona came to vote. All the impany to a voting or the man more if it will be there. Ghana is a woman of Kessia, man. And you don't know any Zuri at Toyanga Kessia, Toyanga Zuri. On cases, on your Barcelona, Maromo, when you're in a corner where we go, when our election corner, so all the man, Koyoma came. The Chukunya is show. I am Maroka is getting. Since I did live with her, we open a good newspaper. Now we found an official article. fụna ife ndị Igbo na-edede ma ndị prọfesọ ma ndị jọnalist ife niile fa na-ede bụ ife anyị na-ekwu ebe a nke kachasị nke ndị ụkọchukwu na-erotu o nwere ụlọ ụka ijere n'anya Igbo a na-ejiri ife mana ugwu Hausa ma na Yoruba onwe nke m fụrụ na soshal midia anya nwaanyị na-akụ ụka na Yoruba si ndị mmadụ na-aba sekpụrụ ana n'ụlọ ụka na-ayọfa na-aba ọsị ọbụ ka ya gwa ụnụ onye unu ga-atụnyere akwụkwọ ofu onye kwukata si unu onye banyere n'ụlọ ụka gbagbuo fada na abụ gbagbuo ndị kwaya chiri afefe yiru na-ete egwu afụcha erufa onye na-achị enwere onye ojide ọnya ka unu ga-atụnyere ibe anyị ihe ka dị abata nke n'ọnụ ọ bụ unu ga-ekwe ka onwe ibe anyị kene
special gift in oratory. All of the Italians got in the world. Macaro put everything on it. I can make I know the Pamma and the buy the Igbo Matariho when you are standing ovation. PG, we thank you very, very well for your leadership. BGC Nande Masao IPOB Nandi coalition of the pro-Biafra groups never how do we go Kuloto Kai Kolo na can recognize the annual special. Before the next address, I na-ekelekwa ndị Igbo Intelligential Forum na ndị nzukọ ụmụ na ndị na-ebe a dịka anyị na-ekele ụlọ ndewo. Okay.
The President General of Ohanaeze John Nyewood Ike Solution onye isi oche Council of Traditional Rulers in the state, Ambassador Enugu State. Ohanaeze Jemba, Banyo, I salute you. Igbo Rafek, I salute you. Biko ndị be anyị ụbọchị taa ọ bụ ụbọchị nnukwu ọṅụ nye mụa na ụmụ unu. Ọ bụ naanị ndị akwụkwọ ndị ọzọ dị iche iche na different walks of life, intellectuals, traditional institution rulers, the clergy, ambassadors, members of the political class, and others who have shared with me the dream for these days, and on whose behalf I reached out to the President General of Ohanaeze. It appeared the message I took to him was also something troubling him. When I met him, it appears he didn't even sleep the night. Not that matter was weighing on his mind, which is the main purpose for this gathering. That is the question of Igbo national solidarity. There's nowhere to begin it. That initiative which Ohanaeze, in collaboration with our Igbo Foundation, has taken today, because I know that for many of our compatriots, the rumor that Ohanaeze and ADF were not working together was troubling. And we too, it troubled us. But there was nothing like that, because we met several times, discussed several times on the subject of this thing. But at this particular moment, Ndị Igbo need solidarity and unity more than ever before. The challenge we are facing today is more than we have ever faced. In 1966, 70, yes, we faced a life and death struggle like this. But at that time, we had a government of our own. And we had a leadership that was passionately and intellectually committed to our survival. We also had a military loyal to it. The situation is different today. We don't have that kind of political leadership passionately committed to the survival of our Igbo. We don't have an army of our own. And there is great internal division. The event of the last few days, more than anything, demonstrated that. Some of us wept when, after Ohanaeze had come out, following series of positions, declarations by Igbo everywhere on this question of this election, are we going to vote or not? And whom do we vote? Igbo citizens all over the country, wherever they are, we are all in unison that we should vote, and we should vote for Atiku Obi ticket, which finally Ohanaeze ratified. And that crucial historical declaration, it pained us when we heard that some individuals were doing the opposite. However, we concede that we have people who for party reasons, party loyalty, may be on the other side. That is to be understood. But the truth of the matter today is that over 90% of Igbo are all on one page as to where we should be. So let me thank the President General of Ohanaeze and Igbo, and also for the elders who work with me in ADF. I think today is a day of great joy. But today is a beginning. It's a beginning. We must begin to nurture. We must begin to build on this internal solidarity, which is the only way we can survive. United, we stand. Divided, we fall. That is the message we want to bring it to you today. And it's a message also, I believe many of our young men in different organizations, pan-Igbo and pro-Biafra organizations, they're all coming to the same page. Let me say this for the sake of clarification. Our Igbo Development Foundation is not Ohanaeze and Igbo. It does not intend to replace Ohanaeze and Igbo. It is ready at any time to cooperate with Ohanaeze and Igbo and other organizations for the sake of our people. At the same time, it is committed to making sure that anybody elected into Ohanaeze leadership lives according to the vision of the founding fathers of Ohanaeze. That is our own. I think today we've learned to engage in internal criticism, in-house discussion. If we have anything we think is not going correctly, we'll always be in touch with the PG and other leaders. If they also we do anything that's not in accordance with the best interests of an Igbo, we expect that our attention should be called to it. One important message we must put out at this occasion is to our young men who have been dedicatedly fighting for the emancipation of the Igbo under various platforms, pro-Biafra, pan-Igbo. We must salute them. But we have always maintained the position that there are similar organizations in other regions. The Yorubas have their OPC. Enugu when they are Boko Haram. And Yoruba when they are OPC. Enugu when they are Boko Haram. And the truth of the matter is that Boko Haram was nurtured as a political instrument by northern political leaders. The problem was at a certain point in time, ISIS hijacked Boko Haram from them. And then they resorted to using Fulani herdsmen. The Niger Delta people have their militants. All these are important elements in the political struggle. Nigeria is a multinational federation. A multinational federation. That is the source of our sickness, the source of our woes. Until we realize that, we will not make any progress. Our Igbo, Yoruba land, Hausa, TV, is like France, Germany, Italy, Portugal in Europe. but we were brought together. Our brother Chino Achebe wrote a book last time. There was a country. And when the review of the book came out, there were a lot of knocks on him from different areas. He called me and said, please, you and your colleagues should look into this publication to make sure people don't divert attention from the purpose of the book. At that time I told him that what we had read was the review. I said, can you send me one page outlining what you have in mind in writing this book? Secondly, can you ask the publisher to send me a copy of the book? The next day, Chima sent me one page, which I say I have in my file. The next 2 days, the publisher sent me 2 hard copies of the book. I bought through the book, bought through what he wrote to me. Then I sent him a note. I said, Ugonab, this is what I understand. The other one for Ali. What is the message for Nigeria? You haven't said anything nobody has said before. Sadwana said it. Tafawa Balewa said it. Gowon said it. Aburo said it. And what is that? That Nigeria is an artificial creation, standing on clay foot. And we are saying that if Nigeria wants to be a genuine federation, genuine country, united country, we must sit down and determine, through the principle of self-determination, how this togetherness is to be forged, and the principles of living together. That is one message you have for Nigeria. And what's the message you have for Igbo? That message is in your book, Things Fall Apart. That message was the title of your lecture, Hajok lecture, when you last visited Nigeria. We know the story of Okonkwo, who killed Amefu and was banished. And while there, of course, he felt the loss of the company of his brothers. Every morning he was mourning, in a moody. And one moment his uncle came to him and said, what is this problem? Why are you feeling the way you're feeling? Showing that you miss those your brothers there. But you forget one thing. That this place, your mother's place, is where you are safest. Nobody dare touch. Igbo State Union was a powerful national movement that bound us all over the place, all over the place. We must return to that stage, to that. And finally, back again to what I said before. In Ariwa land, they have Ariwa consultative forums, and also Ariwa elders forum. But above all, they have Ariwa research and development forum, where you find the Gambaris, where you find the former INEC chairman and others. These are their people who are the intellectual backbone. In Yoruba land, the people who move Yoruba politics don't mind Shoyinka and his style of politicking. Shoyinka is a Yoruba man to the core. Falana is a Yoruba man to the core. Unless you know them, you won't understand when they speak. On the question of this Chief Justice, he came up initially spitting fire against the removal of the Chief Justice. But as time went on, he came out with a very brilliant formula. The removal of the Chief Justice is unjust, it's not legal. Therefore, his removal should be abrogated by law. But having been indicted, he should honorably resign. Our friend who endorsed our brother, very brilliant brother we have, Kingsley Moal, he was playing the same joker as our brother who said, Igbo, don't vote. Our brother is very brilliant, very dedicated, committed. But at this point in time, the challenge before us is so crucial that all of us, including him, should hold hands together and make sure a regime comes in place that will remove this monster. A few days ago, the Security Council met. 17 of them, no Igbo man, no Igbo man. That man is dedicated, committed to uprooting our religious heritage, uprooting our cultural heritage. So we must stand firm together. There is also the information that our villages, kindreds have been infiltrated all over the whole place. And the message we have today is our town unions, our traditional rulers, Anya Brunokre. And it is part of what the message we will pass on today. At this point, let me thank you, our elders, for coming. Let me thank you, our brothers, for coming. Let me thank you, and let me thank everybody. Thank you.
Thank you, Professor. Thank you very much. Bikonu, just a few announcements before we throw the floor open. Number one, Professor Ben Nwabweze would have been here. But you know he's advanced in age and is a little under the weather. He sent us a very long speech. Ngubia oge oge. But Achom ka his last paragraph. My people, the 2019 election means for Igbo more than what it means for other Nigerians. That's right. It means for us self-survival. From where we were before, we have been reduced to less than second-class citizens. The electoral victory of Atiku Abubakar Peter Obi ticket is necessary for our self-survival. Igbo must therefore not be discouraged by the postponement, but must turn out massively to vote for the survival of our race, whatever the inconveniences and whatever the sacrifices entails. May God help you to undertake this assignment. Professor Ben Nwabweze. I have apologies from Chief Jim Ifeanyi Chukwumogwe, whose plane has not left Abuja. He has called to say that he's sorry that he's not yet here. Before the meeting started, one of us, Senator Chris Anyao, had expressed a desire to leave early because of a serious commitment in Imo. I'm going to have to yield the first place to her to speak, but before I do so, I like Agunze Ikoku. I like to welcome you, the woman leader of Ohanaeze in Lagos, and the secretary of Ohanaeze in Lagos, and the secretary of the youth women wing of Ohanaeze, for coming all the way from Lagos. I want to welcome General Mahi and the Igbo Lagos delegation for being able to make this at a short notice. To welcome General Ihe Kire and Edozie from Abuja for being able to make this at such a short notice. Because no, Senator Anyao, the floor is yours.
The PG Ohanaeze and the president of Igbo Foundation, Government Foundation, members of the High Table, eminent sons and daughters of Igbo land. It's not my place to try to jump ahead. I have my seniors here. I shouldn't really be speaking before them, Chief Iwanyo and Co. But it's just that I have a very important event today, and I told him that I just wanted to greet you people. I am honored to have been invited to this event. And I think that this event is the first time in all my experience that I have seen Ohanaeze and Igbo Development Union come together to do an important event like this. I want to say that this is a turning point for us because so far the two very important organizations have been working independently. But when they come together, it has to be a very powerful thing. The idea of Igbo solidarity, it is an existential thing for us because together we are strong, apart we are weak. I think that Igbos, as people who are threatened, should go and study how the Israelis have survived. A small nation, but everywhere they are very strong because they come together. They are together. Their survival pattern is one that Igbos need to really understudy. I want to thank Ohanaeze and ADF, and I want to thank Nzuko Mona that has been fighting online. I want to thank Igbo Intelligentsia and all of them. But most especially, I want to thank our brothers, the IPOB and MOSOP. You could have really done it. I want to say, what you have done is so special to have aligned yourself to the rest of us Igbos, because as young people, you have fully understood how threatened your non-participation in the election would have been. With you now, I have no doubt that we are going to score straight goals in this election. And in fact, your joining has frightened people so much. Thank you for aligning yourself to the position of Igbo Development Union, Ohanaeze, and the rest of us. Together, we are strong. Apart, we are weak. And as the PG has said, the future is bright because once we get what we want in restructuring, then what you are actually looking for is just a matter of time. I want to thank you all. This event today, the optics is great. A place, where you have the Ohanaeze, ADF, IPOB, MOSOP, the women, Uzokomona, all the organizations, every part of Igbo is in this hall today represented. And that is a very significant message because it's going to speak, tons, to the rest of the world who think that we are fragmented. We cannot come together. Our coming together will frighten a lot of people. And what we have to do is go home and tell them that that we're together. Let's go and do it and deliver the government of our choice. PG, I have accompanied him. Sometimes he had called me. Most of what he has said, everything he said is correct because I've been carrying his bag in some of these events, discussions and all that. I know. I want to tell you, Igbo, Nunu were mato. Igbo were mato. He's done us proud. And Professor Wala has been so persevering. You cannot understand what he does on his own side. So, coming together, there's nothing we cannot do. Biko ndi Igbo, unu ga-agwata ụmụ anyị ndị na-eme business okwu. Ọ ha ekwucha ha ga mee nke ha. Everything ahụ denominated in terms of money. Biko n'ụwa ha, we want to move forward. We want to move forward together as one people. Hadla na-ere anyị. Because in all we do, remember the women and children. We are looking up to you. Make us proud. Make us proud. If we come together and we move forward, then the things that he's talked about, the particular thing he talked about, how our young girls are being forced by circumstance into prostitution, is going to change. I thank you all for coming, and I want to thank you to have invited me. I wish you all good luck and very useful discussion. Thank you.
I believe with him there, okay, may a lot for the Nigeria, particularly India. On the story, but Jonathan Nachi, innocent motors, to Bataribu, Nigeria, follow in the customs here. And here. So we are put the case, put at the end of the day, Nigerian government or the customs had to compensate him for how many billions of goods that they seized. All to she revive for his business. And you know one of the story, he was the first person who was more than 1,000 cars in advance from Elson Motors. I don't need to deliberate more on that. So Mbahe selected almost signed the letter as Secretary General, commenting article for selecting him to be his vice, even though some of our governors chose vice, some of our senators chose vice. So I'm glad that the selection stands as we speak. Now, all on Nago newspaper, of course, on Nago newspaper, you got Vanguard and Guardian of the 12th of this month. There was a news release I sent it out. Somebody, I don't know who that was. Okay. 30 seconds. Okay, now here very, very, very important. By the name of somebody got to President Buhari, Nekuna Wadibo Congress support, especially when Mr. Okuku or Mr. Okuku Gereba and now speak on behalf of Ohanaeze. So we decided to have a news release, which was carried by Vanguard and the Guardian of the 12th of this month. Basically, they are farming and continue to, and we continue to be in alliance with Ohanaeze's position about the Article B. So what the Congress is in strong support of Article B ticket. So anyone in diaspora, basically in alliance with Ohanaeze on this particular project. IMC can be helpful here. We can
I will take a question from Mrs. Maria.
Hello.
Thank you. Thank you, ma'am. Thank you, ma'am. May I call on the National President of Association of Southeast Town Unions, Chief Emeka Diwe, to address us.
Because when you see the Doka, because Ohanaeze neighbor, Ekelena Moyo, when Malang can imagine all protocols have to be observed. Because I know about the town union, they fully represented Eba. Ekelena Moyo, Ohanaeze, Osima invite Abitina. The 5 president generals in the 5 states of the southeast, they are all here in the secretaries. And not of all they be absent, can you remember? And what of my kind of the connectivity, Erika, the interlink. And what on your neighbor now on the town union? I prove a enwere ihe a ga-eme na-abụghị iburu ozi a bukpuo n'okpuru bed ụlọ ọbụla anya ka anyị ga-eji mkpa the linkage, the network of the town union n'ala Igbo ọ dị tremendous. Ịchọ any message iru the last man in any village in 2 hours, our structure ga-ebibi ebe ahụ. And Igbo unu na-ekwurosiri ike na the passion ndị Igbo. Akwara ya akwa mgbe anyị support Ohanaeze's position. We didn't need to be called, we didn't need to be told. Akwa na-azụ ihe nna ya na-abịa. Ị bụrụ nwa akụ, ị ma azụ ihe nna gị na-abịa. Ị ga-azụ ya azụ. Ka ha na-aga, anyị bụ ozi ahụ na-aga. Ndị ka anyị gbakwa mkpọkpọ ụlọ, anyị nwere ọnwụnwa dị egwu. Mgbe a sị na a na-aga Abuja ka a ga hụ onye isi ala, ka a bịa kwuo, ka a bịa kaụnta, soro kaụnta, o mere. O nwere onye ha na-emeghị. At the time, there was a dangerous blackmail that raced through the. It was everywhere. The president made that blackmail is here. Not here alive. And after that, campus when you see, almost the direct messages. They will require no one or one from the country that the best thing for him is to leave this country. And me, of course, because how was he going? Oh, my word, I fan. Now go to soon. What the hell are you here? Yes, is here like a secretaries. Whatever they be talking. I want to assure you. You need no number letters. Your time union leadership. How could you? You need how could you? Not one single town union leadership. Where you take Abuja. And I don't say it's not that it's not the question of not to put your eggs in one basket. See, I want to say Adam. It's not as if it's not the question of what that. It's a question of passion. And our vote in this is we are stating our position. I'm going to the any vision. I'm going to the we will still remain in that position. So it's not about winning or not winning. I granted interview with the 5 national newspapers to this effect. I don't know, it will still come out. It's not about winning. It's about what we feel. It's about election. It's about politics. Can you write the politics? Man, we have to go to politics. And I got to go to politics. Also, that we also to kind of go. Why kind of also so only now that Abuja young for hand fall only now you put there now Abuja what the president this something now no are we only now undo aka no now and asoko hapo now and asoko hapo now
okuya asoka maron kange si na 3
we are responding to the natural phenomenon, the natural stimuli. That's the natural thing to go to that thing. That's not politics. We are not playing any politics. So I agree to accord it. This is Igbo. And as we are saying, what people can ever
Kain pouco recuperar Kain do pouco se o corpo ganhar para na rua. Kau kali pun anak yang no naik. Kalau satu lagi, aku shock ada.
People praise the Lord. Hallelujah. I'm going to come with the people praise the Lord. Hallelujah. So, amen. 95% on the Christ. biko n'aha ndị isi nzukọ nke ụlọụka Kraịst n'ala Igbo niile, the South East Christian Association of Nigeria, achọrọ m ka mmekunu mara na ndị nzukọ Kraịst bụ ndị ADF na ndị Ohanaeze n'azụ. Ọzọ nchọ ka mmekunu mara bụ na ndị ụka aghọtala n'oge a na-anọ n'ụlọụka na-ekpe ekpere naanị agafeela. Anyị amarala na anyị kpe ekpere n'ime ụlọ anyị akwadịzikọ obodo anyị. Anyị nwere nzukọ ndị kan niile na Owerri. Anyị kpebie na Atiku Obidike ka ndị ụka niile nwere. Anyị na-arịọ biko onye prezidenti anyị na onye ADF, ihe kacha anyị mkpa dịka nzukọ bụ ịdị n'otu nke ndị Igbo. Ọ bụrụ na anyị guzo dịka otu ndị, ọ dịghị ihe nyere anyị n'omume. Chukwu gọziri anyị, nye anyị onyinye dị iche iche, nye anyị mmadụ, nye anyị ndị ọka mmụta, nye anyị ndị ọka n'ụlọ ụka, nye anyị ngọzi dị iche iche ma n'ala. Ya bụ ndị nzukọ Kraịst na-asị biko ka anyị gbalịsi ike chịkọta ndị niile a na-alụ ọgụ ọdịmma ndị Igbo na ngalaba dị iche iche ọnụ, ka anyị kwukọta ọnụ na Igbo solidarity ebe a ka ọ ka mma. Ikpeazụ m ga-ekwu, onye m na-akwụ ebe a bụ Bishop Obi Ọnụbọgụ. Bishop Obi Ọnụbọgụ bụ the former PA to Enugu. Ọ bụghị ADC to Enugu. Ndị isi ụlọ ụka nke ugbu a abụghịzi ordinary pastors. Mụnwa bụ a lawyer of 26 years standing. Onye nke a bụ onye o buru ego ya na-abịa n'ojugbo ma ihe na-akọ n'ala Igbo. Ya bụ ọ bụghịzi pastors bụ ndị isi ụlọ ụka. Most of us are extremely learned. Biko ọ dị naanị ofu ihe anyị chọrọ ikwu n'ebe a. Izu ụka abụọ gara aga ka anyị gara Abakaliki na-alọta, anyị ga-aka anyị chie bishọp, anyị chichie bishọp na-alọta ndị isi Abịa, ndị isi Imo bịa mmemme ahụ. Pụta n'Ituku ebe a mgbe ha na-alọta, ndị ntọrị eburu Eze Mbakwe. Eze Mbakwe bụ osote onye isi traditional rulers na Abịa niile, ka eburu ya n'Ituku ebe a n'ihi na Abakaliki na that is the whole of the three states, Enugu, Anambra na Ebonyi n'okpuru ije ozi nke mmụọ. Ya bụ m ka ọ dị n'aka ịchụba ụtọ ga-esi napụta n'aka ndị ntọrị. Mgbe anyị napụtaziri ha, ọ dị otu akụkọ Eze Mbakwe kọrọ ma ọ dị mma na ndị eze na ebe a, onye isi Tayo nọ ebe a. Ọ sị m na mgbe a na-ekwu okwu maka ịnapụta ya n'aka ndị ntọrị a, na ha duru ya gaa n'ime ọhịa be anyị ebe a, si kepụ ihe n'anya, si ya lee anya, ya lee anya, ọ sị ọ bụ ịhụnanya n'ụtụtụ ebe a. Ya sị asa na otu anyị dị ebe a nke egbe nọba anyị, egbe anyị ji nọ ebe a dị. Ihe anyị ga-eche naanị bụ ka asị anyị n'ome. Enweela ndị jisiri ike ka ha mara ebe na ebe ndị a bigasị. Enwere stọdị nọ ebe ndị a na-achụ efi nọ n'ime zoo, chee na ha na-achụ efi, mana ha bụ ndị agha ọlụọna. Ọ dị about 56 flashpoints n'ala Igbo. Ebe niile si abanye steeti ọbụla wegara iki, ebe si abanye Imo wegara iki, ebe si abanye Enugu wewela afọ, ebe si abanye Ebonyi wegara iki, ebe si abanye Anambra wegara iki. Ebe ndị a niile bụ our gates. Anyị agaghị agbapụ ma ọ bụ na ọ dị ihe ọbụla mere elu. Ma anyị na-ajụ dịka ndị ụka sị, ọ gafekwala na isi anyị ma ọ n'anya. The time has come mgbe ọ na-agbakwa sọmụrụ anya olee ihe anyị na-eme maka the security of ala Igbo. Home security is of essence and the time is now.
Mma m tufuo oge n'ikwu ọgaba n'ebe ọ metụrụ aka, ana m eme ka unu ghọta na nzukọ Kraịst aghọtago ife na-eme ọfụma.
ọ ga-emelụ nke izizi ọ dịrọ m ka anyị ghọtasịrị. Nke ịbụ anụnwa Chineke emeghego anya anyị. Biko unu ghọta na ife onye isi akwu abụrụ sọsọ n'ala Igbo. Christian Association of Nigeria bụ nnukwu umbrella ndị ụka niile nọ n'okpuru ya. Agwaghị anyị okwu site n'isi obodo Nigeria na ebe a ga-enekwasị anya bụ ndị na-ekwu ife ọma ka udo wee dị, ndị na-asị ka enere etu ga-esi wee dozie obodo, ndị na-asị na enyetụ ọnya enyetụ ọnya ka ọ wee daba, wee chọpụta na Atiku Obi akpọrọ ya afa n'etiti ndị ụka wee sị ka ekpere ekpere. Ebe a ka ekpere a dị. Ekpere anyị na-eme abụrụzi nke ịkwa akwa. Onye isi ọ bụrụ ka ịkwazi akwa ka anyị na-ekpe. Anyị na-ekpe ekpere, anyị na-asị Chineke onye ị ga-ewepụ wepụ ya, onye ị ga-etinye tinye ka ụbọchị wee dịla anyị mma, ka udo wee dịla anyị. So anyị na-akasị unu niile obi si ebe tere aka wee bịa, na-akasịkwa ndị otu ndị ndu anyị, the President General na ọrụ niile ọ na-alụ, na onye isi ndị ADF na ndị ndu niile na ndị traditional rulers na ndị ọzọ niile, ndị professors na ndị jisie n'ike. Mmeri ga-abụrịrị nke anyị.
Thank you very much. Unu mana anyị kpọkwara ndị ọmụta kasịa, so na mmadụ na-agba ọzọ ga-ekwu okwu. Ọ bụ eziokwu na o nwere otu fanọchana ya, mana mma achọ ka anyị welite onu ndị mara akwụkwọ n'etiti anyị. Professor Chiweita Ejike for the leaders of thought. Agos number Okuelu, Master of Ceremony, Gabriel.
President General, ndị ebe ndị ọrụ bịa n'Enugu nka ndị ahịa bụ ndị nne ekele m ụlọ tọrapụ oke ụbọchị. Onye nwe ha bụ nwere mụrụ nwa nwoke na-asụ na ọ ga-abụ ya wee gwa ihe ukwu mere taata ebe anyị. Ndị be anyị na mbisa mere agwọ. Ọ bụ na agwọ niile ga-adị n'obu ọfịa, onwe ga-eti ọkpa ebe ahụ nke jeburu na adụ ọfịa nke je ọfịa nke ọzọ. Ụmụ nwaanyị dị na-agwụnye kee tutu ya akpa jee n'ọnwụ ihe njekọta akpa bụ ọgwụ. Anyị bụ ndị Igbo siri ike na mba, na-adụ asị maka ebe niile nwọ niile. Ọtụtụ aka ihe na-egbu anyị bụ ịgba n'ana na nta na-ekwusikọ na nwere ike njikọta ọnụ mee ya chọrọ ime. Ya bụ ndị bụ ndị iro anyị n'onye anyị na-ete ata egwu atụ ha ọfụma. A na-asị o nwere ihe Ismail Agụgọdụ o si ihe na anyị na-ekwu na-asụ ogologo Igbo ya na-asụ. Onye ndị n'ime anyị ji kaadị na-ekwu maka ya n'ọkwa ebe mmụọ ga-eji wee na isi aka elu. Ihe o ji wee tọọ m ụtọ taa bụ na onye isi anyị bụ Prọfesọ Ohanaeze kpọrọ m okwu n'abalị nwanne ya, ọkwa m ọzọ ụnyaahụ na-asị m na m ga-aga ihe ha taata. Ọ ya bụ chairman ndị leaders of thought, n'ike adịghị ya na nne nwere kpọrọ ya oku na-agụgụ ya maka ya ya sị ike adịghịzikwu ya, mana ụmụ akwụkwọ niile ọ na-ede, ụmụ na-agụ ihe ọ na-ede, o deji ya n'isi. O nwere ike na ọ na-adịkọta dee 20 pages n'abalị a, kootu iwu nze n'ụwa o nweghị mmakara ya. ya bụ onye du anyị ọ dịza ka na ha fụrụ ọrụ asọsọ mana onye mma ụlọ ete egwu atete ọhụma nke anyị bụ nọ n'azụ na-eme gịnị na-akwado ya ọnwa ihe ọ ga-gbasara ndị Igbo ga-abụ ekwu onye tata ọlikwute dọrụba ọrịa ozugbo onye na-akwụ maka 87 years old ahụ adịcha ọhụma mana ibe a na-esi aka were eje ọgbọ omee dike na-eme n'ụgbọ ahụ ya onye dike na-eme ka anyị chọrọ tụtụ ibido mee tata onye che na uche maka ihe ga-eme anyị onwe fụrụ ime anyị ihe ọbụla egwela tụ afọ wee buru ụzọ ebe anyị o wee na-asụ n'ebe nwa ya zuru oke ndị anyị nọ nzu oke ndị isi eze nzu oke nkịtị anyị achọzi n'ụzọ du anyị President General okwusie ike n'anị obi ka agha aka egwu adịghọ anyị nọ iji agha tọ n'ime chukwa mgbe enye ka dike iji jenata echie eze ụka eze mena ndị Igbo anyị ogologo gbapụkwa mmanụ ihe anyị na-emetụta ọtụkwa onye mere ike ihe ka anyị nọ n'ime ndị anyị nọ ụmụ ya na-ana kịta jee n'ime obodo ụmụ ma ihe eji eme ebe ọgwụ anyị nche amata ọrụ anyị ga-ekecha ọrụ eke n'ụwa abụ ndị abụghị obi dịbe anyị gasị nke ga eme tata ụlọ ekwukwu na ka e nwere ntọntụ ego wee megbu anyị uche ndị ọzọ akọ ya nsị na ịbụ onye Igbo nọ n'anya ọ bụrụ ọjụchara m n'ọnọgwụgwọ iwe gịnị iwe ya na ntị tụọ ọ bụ na o kwuru n'ihu ma e were egbe gawa
3 minutes.
ịmara mma onye nkụzi o ka na tata abụọ nke nkụzi lọ ọ na-eme mee ọ na-etete mba kwen kwezonu
Professor ABC was the Abikoko Umaka Chigaya.
Onye isi Ohanaeze ma ndị chibugo olu aha eji aga mba TO onye isi ala Igbo development afọ na ya okwu ama eto ogologo ịmara ndị Igbo si na anụba ọgụ na-ada achụ ya mma anụba ọgụ ada achụ ya mma ife a Ben nwa Beze bụ mmechakọrọ ife anyị nọ ebe a ajụjụ Maria ọgwọ bụkwa mmechakọrọ ife anyị nọ n'ebe a ọtụtụ n'ime anyị nọ ebe a akpọbugo oku na be anyị sie nri bupụta mmanya so na a ga-eme ife ọsịsọ ka anyị na n'ebe ọgụdụ bụ na be anyị ndị IPOB na masọb na ndị nọ ebe a ma ndị ji degree University of Biafra ekweghị eje nje o nwere onye ndị akwụkwọ ya amanye ọfụma o tinyere ime ebe ya sabụ na brigade na commando unit ndị Biafra aha eji aga mba ọ Chikechidolue na ebe a ifeodelu BSc Honours University of Biafra which is true. Ha na-agụba ụzọ ha ka graduate by 9 p.m. Wee jụ na anyị amapụta until after 3 years, even though na anyị so ha na-azụ by 1 year. Igbo nwa mmadụ ọ bụrụ na a ga-emeri anyị ife aka eme anyị aka emego o nweghị ụdị ukwu anyị ekweghị na Biafra o nweghị ife ejeta ime anyị kịta afọ na general si n'ebe ni o nwere ofu enyi m nwoke nọ n'isi ebe a nchọ mgbe n'obi na nga elebel nọọ ndị ga-snatch vote ama na ga-agbabulu m ji onwe ọzọ ka enwee peace ọgụ anyị jere ịnọ na village a na-achị ya mma IPOB Biafra masọb onye ọbụla mbuze anyị na ọgụ a senu anya ndị na-asị 25% forget it. If I na-achọ bụ 100%. Ebe 95% na-afụfụ anyị chọrọ ịtụ 100%, ha ga-akwụ ụdọ. Ọ bụghị ha kele anyị, Chukwu kele anyị. Onwe ife je ka ime anyị nọ n'ala Igbo. Since 1968 ka m bụ 1.5 lungs. N'ogidi water tank ka agba m ebe. 1.5 lungs anwụgo m. Ndị ọ na-ewute na m anwụrụ. Chinenye ejekọrọ m ịnwụ. Ndị Igbo nwere ebe ọ na-abụ emelu ofufe asị eji ndụ emegide. Ndị Igbo daalụ nọ. Ụwa ọzọ ga-abụkwa onye.
Ife m na-eme bụ ka anyị ofu onye ka ọ bụ kene draft kọmunika enwe ka onye ọ na-age ntị o nwere ife ụlọ na anyị ga-atinye n'ime ya na anyị na-etinye okwuo o nwere ife ọ dị oposto okwuo okwusie ya anyị nye mmadụ ole ma ole ofere kwa move for the adoption kwuo ifefa ji emove dị sekọndụ anya anyị ewe gaba n'ihu ọ bụ uche nọ Alex Obona
ndị Igbo kwenu mụọnụ zụọnụ baanụ ụmụnụ zụọnụ n'aha Jizọs. Biko mmegbu ya n'onu bekee. Communique issued today, Thursday, February 21, 2019, at the emergency meeting of Igbo stakeholders at Enugu. Ohanaeze Igbo worldwide, in collaboration with our Igbo Development Foundation, ADF, convened an emergency meeting of Igbo stakeholders today, February 21, 2019, at Enugu. The aim of which is to exhaustively review recent events in Nigerian politics, as they relate to Igbo in particular, especially in the aftermath or the postponement of the presidential and national assembly elections in the country, and to express the solidarity and commitment of all pan-Igbo groups and stakeholders to work together in view of the dire situation facing Nigeria in general and Igbo in particular. Despite the extreme shortness of the invitation, worthy Igbo sons and daughters thronged the venue and agreed as follows. 1. All pan-Igbo organizations and stakeholders do commit to work together in the spirit of Onyaga and Wanneya, even in the face of existential threats confronting us as a people. 2. We view with utmost concern the explosive political situation in Nigeria, as it appears the country is sliding downhill, and this portends greater danger of collective immolation with catastrophic consequences for the country. 3. We urge all Igbo in their various places of abode in Nigeria and elsewhere to continue to live in orderly and peaceful coexistence with their neighbors in the manner we are well known as a people, but refuse to be intimidated by anybody. 4. We agree that the irreducible minimum for Igbo that will be acceptable for their continued participation in Nigerian enterprise will be a renegotiated and restructured Nigeria based on equality, equity, justice, and for the component regions and individuals who will live under its authority. It must be one that ensures self-determination for the various nationalities, regional autonomy, and freedom of the component regions to manage and control their political environment and resources, and worship their God without let or hindrance. Consequently, our demand for the total restoration of Nigerian politics, as encapsulated in the Kweme Square Oka Declaration by Ohanaeze Igbo worldwide, and this ADF facilitated Enugu affirmation endorsed by many Igbo groups, remain the best framework for a workable Nigerian state, and we stand by these declarations at all times. 5. We know that only one political party has so far committed to the restructuring of Nigeria based on the manifesto released by the presidential candidate of the Igbo Democratic Party, PDP.
that meets substantial demands for a just society where ethnicities, regions, and sections of society are allowed to relate as they wish, make progress at their own pace without undue interference by others. 6. Therefore, Ndi Igbo reiterate our unequivocal support and endorsement for the Atiku Obi presidential ticket as already announced by the national leadership of Ohanaeze Ndi Igbo worldwide, Igbo Development Foundation, and other Igbo interest groups like the Association of Southeastern Union, etc., etc. 7. That we call on all Igbo registered voters, both home and outside the Igbo homeland, to come home en masse and vote for the Atiku Obi ticket. This election is our collective struggle for freedom, and we must count it all joy to be part of it. 8. We know with great disappointment the inciting comment by certain persons in authority, which directly fuel security concerns about the safety of Ndi Igbo, both inside and outside the Igbo land, both during and after the general elections. We also know the proliferating presence of able-bodied young men of questionable intent, doing no serious business, who have flooded all nooks and crannies of our homeland. We urge our town unions in Igbo land to be very vigilant, to monitor and control the movement and activities of all persons in their domain, and report all untoward activities to the appropriate quarters for analysis and action. We urge Ndi Igbo in their place of abode in Nigeria and elsewhere to continue to live peaceably and go about their civic duties in orderly and exemplary manner, for which we are all known, but refuse to be intimidated by anybody. 11. We note with great apprehension the massive mobilization and deployment of soldiers within all enclaves in Igbo land. We also know that there is no constitutional provision for deployment of soldiers for electioneering purposes, and therefore advise that every effort must be made to ensure that these soldiers do not engage in the harassment of the public going about their lawful civic responsibilities. 12. We call on all Ndi Igbo, the international community, and election observers to join us in the monitoring the activities of these soldiers during this period to ensure that all the activities are strictly in accordance with the law. That no one should doubt the result of Ndi Igbo. Every corporate and individual miscreant personally responsible for any unlawful conduct and pursue such with every resource at our disposal and for however long it will take us at international level. That a station room has been set up to collect all data and information, graphic and otherwise, arising from any misconduct. That a special committee of experts have also been set up to sort, analyze, and categorize the information collected for actionable responses. That we condemn in its entirety the manner in which the elections were postponed by INEC. This has had deleterious impact on our national economy. That we call on the federal government to ensure the safety of Ndi Igbo, especially those living in northern Nigeria and other parts of the country, and call to order any public officer that may, through words or actions, be promoting violence. Finally, we commend the avowed interest of the international community in having credible elections in Nigeria. As Ndi Igbo, we invite their direct humanitarian intervention in whatever ways that the need may arise in Nigeria. Dated today, Thursday, February 21, 2019, Enugu.
Ambassador Muche, do I see your hand trying to move a motion?
No, please, point of order.
Point of order.
Yes. President General, members of the High Table, I am Major General Obi Umahi, retired. Suzu, the writer of Acts of War, all say that onye now know on many fronts at the same time. This is our communique, but the issue of tackling army needs, I think we should drop it.
for one reason. The Constitution makes provision for Mr. President to deploy soldiers in support of civil authority. In support of civil authority can be interpreted and stretched to any level. It could mean to support for election, and it has been happening, though appeal courts ruled against it. But the truth is that under our Constitution, it is there. So, my main issue, let us not tackle so many people at the same time. All other ones say they're Lebama, they're very wonderful. But can drop what the issue of Nyadina Kandibo, Kayincha was the rebels. We don't want security agencies in our land. That's my position on that issue.
I comment on what you said. However, I have told you, if you don't know the sinner, even court of appeal ruled against them, which means it's unconstitutional. So why are we dropping it? I think it's all in all the controversial, really take care. But based on the assessment he made, no, a court of appeal ruled against them doing that. It's completely so we should keep it. So that's my position on that. It shouldn't be dropped.
So also for amendment, so for you when it go, sika ime. If on a group na, nindi lokalia, you will afford na abaroge. Kawaga liri na nne. Sisi we Ivan e kuma kanda ni ime ya bipe. Manonyo ozo ekunigo kwa. Sina iwu eji achi obodo anyị. Unedechi iwu na constitution na ndị court ga-ekwu ka esi eyuzie na court ekwugo na amị a supposed ịbata n'ife gbasara election ife okwu agbara ịbụa and ife ga-ewe bụ ife imirikiti n'ime unu kweta ife na-eme bụ ka njụọ unu ndị chọrọ ka arapụ ya ka o si dị ka agwa ndị amị feji na uniform na-egbeghị ndị be anyị egwu ka onye ọ na-apụta mee ife bụ uche ndị kwelu ka arapụ ya n'ọfụ say yes ndị sisi wepụ ya say no
Your Majesties, information. Onya, oh well, one nine okay. Anambra, where the Commissioner of Police with the lawful. Onye Katsina Danda Rabafia. Niacho Genye Mobile Police Nasato. Oya Wesia Danda Wesia. Inyego Fuga Jamaru. Obula Sato. Wesia no gejebu Ogia na Abuja ka onye ya bu order. Nwanne anyị nwoke a wee gbapụrụ onye ọzọ bụ nwanne anyị nwoke ma wee kpọọ Abuja immediately ka asịsị okwu ya wee wepụta Ndaura ụnyaahụ Onya Kireme, Onya ke wokuda na wo. No nyere owonye go by police na sa.
Biko ogologo kwadro mmanụ ka mgbe isiokwu ife anyị na-anani gap ndị amị abịaghị ebe a were ụmụ anyị tinye aja apịtị anyị eje nzukọ anyị na GOC 82 division je esolu nje ekwere mmadụ solu je ndị gọvanọ anyị niile solu je o duru ndị ọrụ ya abịa wee wepụta na akpa m United Nations sanctioned rules of engagement in military operations. Wee si ya unu nwere akwụkwọ a n'elu fim na fonu m ụmụaka ya na-atinye na apịtị. Kedu ka unu si mee ife dị etu a? Kedu ife a ga-eme? O wee lụọ ọrụ m aka onye nụ ya n'aka ekpe si na ọ bụ Chief of Intelligence na 82 Division. Nye gị responsibility ka ọ gaa through those films manụ nke bụ fake na nke dị genuine. Sim na not even a general is excused from court martial if it becomes necessary. Wee wetinye aka na abịa sim na akwụkwọ anyị nyere na every general carries it in his pocket. Sim na nke his rules of engagement. Nye akwere m nkwa na fa ga-eme investigation na fa ga-eme court martial. Ọnụ ofu arọ enwere court martial ndị akwụkwọ azarọ m nyaba akwụkwọ ka m na-eme bụ ka a na-akọ m ọnụ na redio Biafra na ọmụ na fasisi bụ ụmụaka anyị. But it doesn't matter. Na agbata ọsọ agụọ ma Chineke ga-agọrọ onye a na-akọrọrọ onu ya. Ife m na-eme ka m kwuo ebu na mmayo General Mai amago your intervention is very politically right, and I also know it's your constituency and you understand it well. And only as army is trained to react to aggression. So the advice you are giving us is reasonable. However, Hooke's law na physics akuda in a secondary school will even have elastic limit. Akwagidogo ndibo kwagidogo na aja. If I do anything fabo, can one army nam the town union never. If do if I jelly go call line, no we're going na town a pony 8 policemen. My Inspector General that there will be no escort of a VIP on Saturday. So you go for leave on Saturday. Made sonam. No we call you how may you with him. Maruna. I'm all your money was up down and I've been abro yamma. Obuna okay, who will call you how may you Sisi Bujem Luke. So Ndinine Bwe some and when I get some was Saturday. Mana Ndinine Bwe. I get camera na telephone nine. Then you if a me nkefe mena oga land na our kedifa onu koreana situation room. From situation room I oga land na all major platforms for ensuring that there is a free and fair election. If I get there and ebo na you take go vote on it. Kaira pununka. Emuche move your motion. When you get second cha ndị ọzọ nwere okwu onye dịka nna anyị bụ ahịja ajamba achịmị anyị ekwuru na anyị kwụsịzie ka okpochi okwu ka anyị malụgodu na akwụkwọ agụrụ anyị na-anabata ya ime ugwu emotion achọ ofu nwaanyị ga second. Go ahead.
Calm. And I move the motion that this communication should be adopted.
Thank you. Ambassador Oke Emuche Emafar has moved the motion that the communique be adopted.